share this with my group. All right. All right, so welcome to our Facebook Live Monday, April 28th. It's been quite a few weeks since I've had my last Facebook Live, and I'm trying to, all right. And yeah, but it's been about 3 weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, it was my birthday weekend the last time I did a Facebook Live. And I had to get on this Facebook Live right now because I just had an amazing day. Like the day started really well, woke up early, did my meditation and exercise and my power 15 minutes, and then did my power walk for about 35-40 minutes. And then I was listening to this actually watching the video of my ultimate master mentor. His name is Tony, and I'm going to tell you more about him in a few minutes. And I was really inspired to make a compelling motion and action to partner with him and 4 other guys. And I was in chat conversation with my friend Brian Delaney from Profits Factory, and he was telling me about the bonuses that he's given away together with his partner and friend Nick Unsworth, who's a very well-known influencer in this field. And he was talking about giving away $19,000 worth of bonuses when people join our mastermind team on April 30th as this campaign to really transform the educational system of this country, the USA, turning it from institutional education to self-education, which is now currently a $355 million a day industry, and soon to be in the next few years, probably in the next 5 years or less, it'll be a $1 billion a day industry. And it's really transforming the world. You know, I've been in this mode of education and self-education since I was 16 years old. I remember I read a book called The Little Prince, and that was really a game changer for me. And then when I turned 18, I was in physical therapy school. A friend of mine, Dr. Elsa Negre was her maiden name at the time. I think right now she's Dr. Elsa Negre Sagrado. During the People's Power movement back in 1986, I believe, gave me this book by Ogmandino called The Greatest Miracle in the World, and it changed my life. And since then I've been a follower of the self-help movement, the self-education movement. And when I came to America in 1988, I was already introduced to books like Think and Grow Rich, what's this, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, books by Ogmandino like The Greatest Salesman in the World. And then I actually found out somehow, I don't recall. Oh, it was in a national bookstore in the Philippines. It was back then the books were covered in plastic, and it was called Unlimited Power by this young guy. He was probably 23, 24 years old at the time, and I was like 18, 19 years old. It was titled Unlimited Power by this guy named Tony Robbins. And then so when I arrived in America, I sought out for that book. Now in America, it's different because you can actually open the book and read the whole book at the bookstore for free. Whereas in the Philippines, it was totally different. You can't even browse to the book. You can only see the cover, the front cover, and the back cover because it's it's protected by this cellophane plastic cover. And it was expensive back then. Like a book cost like, I don't know, maybe 500 pesos, which is a lot of money for a for a jobless student like I was. So anyways, I came to America on 8/8/88, and I read this book the following year, 1989, called Unlimited Power. I still have that copy, but I don't see it right now because my books are like in all places of my house. And so that was in 1989, and 2 years later, I was able to meet this giant. Like he's like 6'7", 6'8", 6'8" or 6'7", and I was like down here, and he did his Unlimited Power weekend in Orlando, Florida. I remember that time. It was summer of 1991, and man, it was a powerful 3.5-day weekend. And the highlight of that event, there were two highlights for me. One was the firewalk. The firewalk. It was like 10-12 feet firewalk, which I did, and then it was powerful. No blisters, no nothing, no injuries to me. I mean, it was amazing. I couldn't believe the power of the mind. And then there was a bonus session for about 4 or 5 hours after that called Living Health. And that really changed my perspective on health and what it means, especially because, at the time I was just a year graduate from physical therapy school and being a healthcare professional and in a new country, my adopted country, the USA. Anyway, so, and then in 92, actually early 93, late 92, I don't remember, I think it was like January 93, I believe. I went to Cancun to attend his Life Mastery. It was an 8-day program. It blew my mind. I mean, this guy, his name's Tony Robbins, okay, was so powerful, and like he had unlimited energy. Like, the movie Limitless? I mean, he was like that. He was on stage for 10, 12 hours nonstop. And, he was so charming. He was so charismatic. He was so compelling that, we didn't go to the bathroom. Didn't have, basically he said at 6 p.m. in the evening, or maybe 8, 9 p.m. in the evening, he would say, okay, it's time for breakfast, lunch. No, we had breakfast, but he said, okay, it's time for lunch, break, and dinner. And then, oh man, I met General Schwarzkopf. I met, what's his name? I think there was John Gray. I mean, it was just a powerful weekend, and it blew my mind. We worked out at 5:30 in the morning. Went through the whole workshop for like 10, 12 hours. And then, I remember one time when Dr. Deepak Chopra was speaking, it was like at midnight for 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. And we were like dozing off, especially with his like, very, very mild, mellow tone with an Indian accent. It was just something like, you are the personification. You are, every 24 hours your blood cells renew and all that. Anyway, so that was a powerful weekend. And in 93, I enrolled in his year-long program called Mastery University. I believe it was the very first Mastery University he's ever offered. And it was so my own business, a clinic, and then I met Jay Abraham through this program, and I learned about marketing, So I grew my clinic from like, 2 or 3 patients a day, that in 90 days we were fully booked, you know, using the principles I learned from his Master University through J. Abraham, one of the mentors at that Mastermind Master University. And then the following year, 1995, I opened my own home health agency, and we went from like just myself to 18 people in my staff within like 18 months. I mean, it was like I was full of life, I was full of energy. This was before I moved to San Antonio. So anyways, fast forward, I mean, to this day, I listen, I watch his YouTube videos. In fact, every morning I do his Hour of Power and his 15 minutes to fulfillment, where I basically meditate, visualize, and exercise all the. Why am I promoting his new program, his first ever product in 12 years? In the meantime, though, you know, between 1993 up to like today, really, I've been a consumer of his information. Now, you know, I've had like, you know, his Ultimate Edge program in CDs. Like, this was a long time ago. I bought this a long time ago. And then his Personal Power program, the 30-day program. You know, I went through his all of his like power talk. I mean, I'm like a fanatic, not just a follower, but a fanatic Tony Robbins. I guess, I don't know, what do you call it? I'm not a groupie, but I learned a lot from him, so much that, you know, if I could just have even a tenth of the information, the knowledge, and the wisdom, and a tenth of his energy, man, I'd be like unstoppable, you know. In fact, one of his books that the latest book he came out with was Unshakable. This is really a summary of his gigantic book called Money Master the Game. I mean, this guy is so influential. In fact, presidents like Bill Clinton, Princess Diana, the Dalai Lama seek out his, Andre Agassi, the San Antonio Spurs seek out for his message, for his information that transforms their not just their businesses, but their personal lives and their athletic lives. They become champions. Like Serena Williams, he mentored Serena Williams in becoming the number one in tennis. So anyway, so I chanced upon this information that's so powerful that I'd love to share this with you. In fact, I was not going to launch my Joel Chris TV until about a week from now, but I figured, let me do a pre-launch Facebook Live to introduce some of the people that I'm going to be having and interviewing and meeting with and masterminding with on JoelChris.tv. So that's like, you know, in about a week or so from now. So tonight, I've partnered with one of his I guess students named Brian Delaney. This guy is an awesome guy. He's like he's like an 8-figure business owner, and he's, you know, I saw his Facebook Live about 3 weeks ago introducing his bonuses. I mean, it was like, it blew me away. It just blew me away. You know, I got invited to be an affiliate or a partner for this program, but I figured, you know, I want Brian to win the contest because he's in the top 10 leaderboard. So I'm basically doing this for him, you know, and I'm not making any money with this program. You know I'm gonna buy it the first time they release it, like on Tuesday, April 30th. The moment they release it, I'm buying it, you know, and I'm buying it through Brian Delaney. And here's why I would like you to be introduced to this guy named Tony Robbins. Not only are you gonna be learning and earning learning from and earning with Tony Robbins, but also his partners. And let me show you his other partners. Let me show you this. That's Tony right there, and that's Dean Graziosi, and that's Russell Bronson, and that's Brian. Okay, and Brian has actually partnered with his friend and Nick Unsworth. In fact, that's in the. So here's the deal. When you get on to register for that call at www.mymastermind.co, not .com, it's .co. If someone can type it, that'd be great. That's www.mymastermind.co. Essentially, you'll not only be getting bonuses. This bonus is worth $19,333.95, but also you'll be able to mastermind with me, Brian, and the other partners, and Nick. So, California. This is sometime in the summer, and I'm gonna be there. In fact, I'm gonna take my kids there with me. And then he's also given away either an Apple iPad or a new Apple Watch. I want this because I already have this. I have like 2 or 3 of these. Then he's going to have a Mastermind Profits Live virtual training. That's going to be basically learning how to make a ton of money by forming Mastermind, and also serving your tribe, serving your community. And that's the thing. It's really about service. The more people you can help, and it comes back to you. Okay, and that is what I'm about, is to help transform the world, as you all know, one super kidney at a time. And I know by doing that, it'll come back to me 10 times over. So, and then he's got this best 7-figure free plus shipping funnel, which I actually bought it through his Profits Factory because it's gonna allow me to do this to promote my book Fat to Fit Fast with a free plus shipping funnel. And then he's gonna have like Facebook and Instagram ads training, the funnel magazine where it was featured how he built a 7-figure and actually an 8-figure business. And then get this is with him and Nick. Okay, Abundance 4-day live event. That's a 4-day live event. That alone is worth, to me, tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, because the people you meet, not just the information you gather from that event, it's amazing. I've had partnerships in the past 20 years and friends because of me attending live events. And then there's Life on Fire Challenge. This is also Nick's program that he's going to be giving away as part of the bonus package. And then, of course, Ignite Your Business Academy. Man, this is worth a lot. And this is a proven formula, an academy where you can learn a lot about building your business and scaling your business. So in total, that's $19,000, $19,333.95. So as you know, I'm not making a single dime on this. Okay. And then my purpose for doing this is, number one, to serve you, my tribe, to give you the best of the best if you are in this quest to find a way of making a difference in people's lives, as I am in that quest, in that journey. Because, this is my second life. I'm paying it forward, Every single moment that I continue to live on this earth is a blessing. It's a blessing, When you're faced with death for 3.5 years, every day, you gain a better perspective. You see things from a 30,000 feet view perspective, okay? That, to me, it's all about health, wealth and abundance, and I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about being able to give of yourself, your talent, your skills, and of course your fortune. Okay, and then attain happiness. That's why Joel Chris TV to me is about being healthy, wealthy, happy today, not tomorrow, not next week, not 5 years from now, because I was in that mode. Before I was seeking happiness. I was seeking fulfillment. You know, that was before I had a life-threatening illness called kidney failure. During that time, I had, you know, I know what makes me happy now, you know. So now I'm happily achieving my goals. I'm happily and healthily progressing in my life's quest. Because I don't know if I have another second. I don't know if I have another day. Today could be my last day. And the more I can serve and help and share with you information that can make a dramatic difference in your life, in your family life, in your business, in your community, in the world, you know, because again, there is, you are a miracle. You are the greatest miracle. We are our greatest miracle, you know. We are here to make a difference in the world. As I always say, you know, find your why, live your why, and fly. So let's find our why, let's live our why, and let's all fly. Okay? So in addition to all these bonuses, you're going to be part of my mastermind group. And again, all you have to do is go to www.mymastermind.co. www.mymastermind.co and register for that 90-minute, at least 90-minute webinar and training from Tony, from Dean, and from Russell. And these are the top 3 influencers in the business community of the world. You know, I mean, combine an amazing, you know, knowledge base, the knowledge and information and wisdom. There's 3 guys. I mean, between Tony and Dean alone, that's a total of 62 years plus. You know, I remember Russell Brunson. I was the first person to introduce him to the internet marketing community through a teleseminar. This was back when he was still a sophomore in at the University of Idaho, I believe, or Boise. And I remember he was coming out of a wrestling match. He won, and he was late for the teleseminar. Back then, there were no webinars, there were no videos. It was all by phone. And I remember he was late because he was in the locker room. There was no signal, and a slow signal. And I interviewed him and about how he succeeded in selling potato guns. I remember that. This was back in, if I remember correctly, October or November 2004. 2004. Okay, and man, he's come a long way. Now he has a business called ClickFunnels. You know, it's now worth $100 million and affecting hundreds of thousands of people's lives. It's amazing. In fact, he's written a book, 2 books, .com Secrets and this book, Expert Secrets. And it's about sharing, you know, sharing your message. You build a tribe and change the world, you know. The underground playbook to find your message. The message is within you to build a tribe and change the world. Okay? So, again, that's April 30th. That's 2 days from now at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay? Go to www.mymastermind.co. All right? If you have any questions, please direct message me, and especially if you're really interested to be part of my mastermind group with Tony, with Dean, with Russell, with Nick, and of course with Brian. Let me know. Direct message me, and I'll respond to you, and I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up for that $19,000 worth of bonuses. All right. Again, this is Joel from JoelChris.tv signing off for now. Bye bye for now. Good night.